Live from the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut, it's Varsity Boys Hockey on the DAF Media Network tonight in the FCIAC. It's the Ridgefield Tigers, the undefeated Ridgefield Tigers against the Darien Blue Wave. Hi everybody, I'm Damian Andrews. So glad you could be with us on this DAF Media broadcast of Varsity Boys Hockey. The DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Quick shout out to our DAF Media production crew who made the trip to Ridgefield for this one. Our very own Jack Roberson is our director, and our camera one operator is Michael DeMeglio. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. And Bill, this has the makings of a pretty good one. Two tradition-rich programs in the FCIAC. Of course, Ridgefield coming off a conference championship a year ago, and they're undefeated, the #1 ranked public high school team in the state of Connecticut right now, and they're at home tonight against their conference rival Darien.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Certainly two of the top 4 or 5 teams in the state, with Ridgefield seemingly being at the top free and clear right now, sitting 6 or 7-0.
And of course, Ridgefield in the home white sweaters with the orange and black trim. They're moving from right to left. Darien in the blue moving from left to right. Keep an eye on that Ridgefield first line of Nikki Cullinan, Matt Walker, and Will Forrest. One of the top lines, if not the top line in the state. Darien, Sam Erickson lets one fly there. And here comes Ridgefield. On defense for the Tigers, Simon Van Wees and Braden McSpedden. 2 seniors on defense for the Tigers. Ridgefield 7-0. And it's going to be a big game for Darien senior goaltender Henry Feifel, Bill.
Yeah, no, Henry will get his, he'll earn his money tonight. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think you know, it's a different weekend for both teams, doing kind of a home and home. You don't generally see that in high school hockey at this level. It's certainly a first for Darien since I've been watching, which has been a while now, and I think the kids are excited about it, so they'll re-rack tomorrow.
Yeah, not a lot of sleep over the next 24 hours for either of these teams. These 2 teams will meet again 5 o'clock tomorrow night. The DAF Media will live stream that game for you as well. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this one.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I mean, it's a much more of a college, you know, kind of college feel. That's
Absolutely.
What you get from BC and BU or UNH and Maine. You know, Northeastern will do that with the other Boston teams, Merrimack, Lowell, etc. So, you know, it's a 20, 25-minute ride up 7 or up 33, and it's neat. You know, if you're Darien, it's a chance to prove yourself a little bit. A young squad that's off to a solid start. They have a couple common opponents. They both played prep, both have won. Obviously, Ridgefield by a few more than Darien, and I think
they both played Hamden.
Both played Hamden. I think that was kind of one way. Good movement there by the Blue Wave so far. Missed a couple chances there to get some shots off, though. I think they want to throw as many pucks at this kid as they can.
In goal for the Ridgefield Tigers, by the way, is the senior Sean Gordon, a terrific goaltender in his own right. 2 really talented goalies in this one, Feifel and Gordon. And of course, Ridgefield's head coach is Sean Gallagher, has done a nice job with the program, and the Blue Wave are coached by Mac Budd. And a nice stop by Henry Feifel, so the first shot on goal, Bill, for the Ridgefield Tigers. And Henry Feifel with the glove save.
One apiece, a little bit of a sloppy turnover there on the wall by the Darien Blue Wave, gave Ridgefield a nice look. For their first shot, gloved by Feifel. But I started to say a second ago, you know, their best win from Ridgefield's perspective, I think, was going up to Rhode Island and beating LaSalle on the road.
Yep.
5-3 with an empty netter, I believe.
It was, in fact, 5-3. They played that at Providence College Schneider Arena, so a nice opportunity there for Ridgefield on the road.
Yeah, Snyder's great. Nice old barn. They fixed it up since Nate Lehman's been there. Bob Driscoll, the AD, promised Nate a few things, I think, to get him to come, and refurbishing the barn was one of them. And they've done a nice job with they kind of gutted the interior there, and it's a neat place to play. You
and I like to talk about those old college barns. You, of course, played in one on the campus of Union College, and not too far from there, the Houston Field House.
Yeah, there's
RPI
a bunch of good ones up that neck of the the northern New York. Achilles is about to get a major facelift,
yep,
which will be exciting. Houston's undergoing one shortly at RPI, and I think both Cheel and Appleton up at Clarkson and St. Lawrence are also going to about to get refurbished. So, yeah, exciting time for hockey in upstate New York and Fairfield County, Connecticut as well.
We are live here on the DAF Media Network. Varsity boys hockey, Darien and Ridgefield in an FCIAC clash. This is a league matchup. Tomorrow's game is a non-league matchup. Puck in front of the Ridgefield goal, and the Tigers going the other way here.
Darien's getting a little too cute, I think, with some of their passes down low in their offensive zone. Rather see him get those pucks to net, follow him up, try and get a rebound and grab one of those greasy ones.
And the puck scoots into the Ridgefield zone as they try to clear here.
Swiggett tries to go goal line extended there, misses the net.
Nicky Cullinan. There's Matt Walker with the puck as he looks to find an angle, find a seam in this Darien defense. Darien head coach Mac Budd. Turnover in front of the Darien goal, and Feifel covers it up. Darien head coach Mac Budd, had the chance to talk to him before this one. He said we've got to come up with a really strong defensive effort. A lot of things to like about this Ridgefield club. Very talented. He said this is going to be a challenge for us today. And when I talked to Ridgefield head coach Sean Gallagher before this one, he said we're off to a pretty good start, but still a lot of work to be done, as you would expect your head coach to say at this point in the season. So Albert Leon with he draws a penalty, takes a penalty for Darien, so it'll be a man advantage here for the Ridgefield Tigers as they go on the power play for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. That didn't really have to happen. He didn't feel the back pressure there, dusted the puck off a little bit, kind of overhandled it, and got his pocket picked, and then had no choice but to hook. So Wave will head off to the sin bin, and Ridgefield will get their first power play of the night.
Puck in front of the net. Feifel with the stop. Nice save by Feifel on the rebound that time, as Nicky Cullinan was able to get a shot off. Feifel, though, with the stop. And a offensive zones face-off here for the Ridgefield Tigers. Walker the shot, another stop by Feifel. You said he'd have to play well tonight, and he's already seen a number of shots, Henry Feifel, the senior
goaltender. Nothing in tight. A couple times he stole the puck there once. They didn't even get a shot off right in front of him. Everything's been from the top of the circle or beyond. So, I like that. It's going to be important for the Wave to kill this off, though. This top line of Ridgefield is solid for sure.
Under a minute left on the Ridgefield power play.
Nice play by Gregory there. precluding that puck from getting.
And here comes Ridgefield, and Will Forrest, a little unsure of himself there, too high. Feifel brushes that aside. Under 20 seconds left on the Ridgefield power play. Tough angle on the shot by Henry Garlick. And we are back to even strength here as the Darien penalty kill unit is able to kill off that penalty. 7:50 remaining in the first period. No score between Ridgefield and Darien. Quick pace, Bill.
Yeah, no, that's that as we suspected, that first line's getting a lot of run for Ridgefield, and they're good. They're big and strong. I don't think Mac's going to want to spend a lot of time in the box tonight. Certainly not like Xavier, where they took 9 penalties in that game. So they've got to play smart.
That was a point of emphasis that he made to me before this one. So we've got to play a little bit better than we played in that Xavier game, which was a win for the Blue Wave at the Darien Ice House. Puck behind the Ridgefield goal, and here come the Tigers.
A turnover behind the goal line by Darien.
This is a Ridgefield program coming off a Division I state championship a year ago. Celebration at the Whale Ingalls Rink on the Yale campus, beating Northwest Catholic 6-2 in the final. Big check there in the neutral zone. Great crowd on hand for this one, as you mentioned at the outset. Nice barn.
Good and chilly in here too. The ice should be
certainly
fast.
Is. The ice. I was talking to one of the facilities managers before this one, and I said it's colder in here than it is outside, and it's pretty cold outside. And he goes, "Well, the ice should be real good."
Nice play by Picorni there. Up, lost the handle on it. Blocked the shot, had a chance at a breakaway, but
Hudson Picorni with a nice takeaway there.
Couldn't control it.
Fresh legs on the ice for both squads. Cullen, and here's Gregory. He passes it up ahead off the boards. Your impressions thus far, Bill?
Ridgefield's as advertised. I think Darien's certainly holding their own. They're getting outshot 6-1 so far, I guess. As I said, they've had some chances to get some pucks on net, and they've chosen not to, and I think that's a mistake. They're kind of overhandling the puck and kind of looking for the perfect play, and I'm not sure that's how you want to start this game.
Whistle as Feifel covers up the puck. 5:06 remaining in the first period. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. Thanks so much for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Our director tonight is Jack Roberson, and our camera one operator is Michael DeMeglio, both doing a fine job bringing you the visuals of this one.
Yeah, that puck's got to get out there. There's no need for that. Nice play by Bennett there, trying to deke his man. Couldn't quite get around him though, and we'll have a face-off to the Ridgefield keeper's right.
some news today in the hockey world, Bill, is Rick Nash deciding to retire.
Yeah, you know, I had lost track of that. I didn't realize he hadn't come back from that last concussion.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
He's had a number of concussions throughout his career, and we know how that, the heightened awareness of concussions in today's modern sports.
Well, certainly Rick's had a fine career. It was great to watch him play in New York, and I think, you know, in my book, an underrated player. He kind of sat in Columbus for so long and didn't really get the national media attention, but you know, in his prime, he was as good as anybody. And
then when he finally got to New York, they just couldn't quite get over the hump.
Yeah, no, we're certainly very familiar with that at Madison Square Garden.
Here's.
But Nash, a class act. Again, it was great to watch him play here, and fine career. Certainly a Hall of Famer in my book, and I suspect in due course that'll become official.
4:30 remaining in the first period, no score. Darien in the blue, and Ridgefield in the home whites with the orange and black trim, the black pants, the orange trim. Here comes the Tigers.
You know, another chance to get the puck to the net, and Darien, and we bang it off shin pads. So, you know, they've got to find a way to get some pucks. You know, one shot through almost 11 minutes here, just not going to get it done. But you've also got to tip your cap to Ridgefield. You know, they're keeping Darien to the outside and really not allow him to get good positioning.
Gregory trying to get it to Jamison Moore.
Yeah, we can't seem to possess the puck down low or at all in the zone for any prolonged period of time.
Matt Walker just couldn't quite get the puck off his stick. Again, we are live on the DAF Media Network, and I've just been told, Bill Kirby, by our director, Jack Roberson, we have 70 views right now, which is tremendous. So thanks to all of you for tuning in to this one. What we hope will be a very entertaining and enjoyable FCIAC boys hockey matchup between two traditional powers, Ridgefield and Darien. The Tigers have won 4 of the last 7 conference championships. We'll have a defensive zone face-off here for Darien.
Yeah, that's unfortunate with 3:20 left here, or 3:17, excuse me, taking a kind of senseless penalty behind the play there. Just frustration on Ericsson's part.
So Ridgefield, a man up here as they go back on the power play. And Darien able to clear that time. Brian Zaffino gets it out of the Blue Wave zone. Under 3 minutes remaining now. 1:35 left on the power play. Ridgefield's second power play opportunity of the first period. And Feifel with a glove save on the shot by Nicky Cullinan. I want to say it's cold in here, and I'm thinking of the water people. I want to say Culligan.
Yeah.
It's Nicky Cullinan.
Nice play by Swiggett there, getting out to the point, blocking that one with his stick, and killing a few more seconds.
That puck flies up into the netting. 2:26 remaining in the period, 1:09 left on the Ridgefield power play. And we're going to have a penalty here on Ridgefield.
Yeah, interference probably could have been a trip as well. But either way, we'll skate 4-on-4, and the Wave will pick up 56 seconds of power play time here in the last minute of the period or so.
So 4-on-4 hockey for the next 1:02. Gregory. Gregory dumps it in, puck behind the Ridgefield goal, and here come the Tigers. Stein chases it down in the corner.
Oh.
I want to thank Kathy Ludwig and everybody here at the Winter Garden Ice Arena for their hospitality and allowing us to set up here and bring this FCIAC boys hockey game to you live on our DAF media platform. Luke Johnston. Here's Swiggett, has the puck taken away. And a nice block that time by Luke Johnston in front of the Darien goal. So Darien now with a man advantage for the next 39 seconds. Under a minute remaining in the period. Still no score. And a shot in front. Actually, it wasn't.
Doesn't get there, yeah.
Wasn't a shot. Patrick Conway just couldn't get the shot off. Took a swing at it. 15 seconds remaining on the Blue Wave power play. And we are back to even strength now for the last 20 seconds of the first period. Gregory gets off his shot. Puck in front of the Ridgefield goal.
Nice play by Gregory there. Saved a breakaway potentially. And Darien did get one shot there, but that's it.
And that will do it for the opening period. The first period is in the books, entertaining, fast-paced, as you would expect. The two teams will head to their respective locker rooms. No score after one. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more live hockey on the DAF Media Network.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA, to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back live on the DAF Media Network, about to start the second period here at the Winter Garden Ice Arena, Varsity Boys Ice Hockey, Darien and Ridgefield, and we in fact are underway as the puck is dropped here to start period number 2. No score, a terrific first period, intense, fast pace. Darien in the blue, skating from right to left here in this second period. And Ridgefield in the home white sweaters with the orange and black trim. And Sean Gordon stops that shot. Darien's first shot of the second period. Bill, what do you think was said by both Ridgefield head coach Sean Gallagher and Darien head coach Mac Budd in the locker rooms between the two periods?
Well, I think for the home squad, I'm sure Coach Gallagher was pretty happy. You know, they had shot Darien 9-2 by my count, you know, and kind of dominated play. Not entirely, but, you know, they missed a couple good looks, I guess. But overall, solid period for them. They certainly had, you know, 2 or 3 grade A scoring chances. Could have had a few more maybe with a little bit of puck luck, but I thought they played well. Now, conversely, you know, Darien probably a little nervous. They're coming in as the underdog. Defending state championship on their ice with a young team. So, you know, hopefully they got some jitters out and can settle down here. And I think they just need to get some more pucks to net. They just didn't have enough shots. They had a chance to get some shots, but chose not to take them. And I got a little too cute, in my opinion, and only registered 2 shots on goal. So get the puck deep, make them work for it, and, you know, and see if you can get a rebound or, you know, catch a screen or something and grab a goal here. You know, the longer this game goes and stays, that's a puck that's got to get deep.
Here comes Ridgefield. Opportunity for the Tigers and a stop by Feifel as Nicky Cullinan, the senior forward, able to get a shot on goal there.
And I started to say the longer this game goes, you know, as a tie game or a 1-goal game, the more confidence Darien should get and, you know, hopefully can elevate their game a little bit. But, no, I'd say a solid period by both teams, but certainly Ridgefield had the better of the play in the first. You know, Darien's really got to concentrate and do the little things well here. You know, they're outsized for sure. You've got a bigger, more physical, more mature team in Ridgefield than Darien has. And so they've really got to make sure they break the puck out well. Almost a turnover there by Gordon.
And here comes Ridgefield going the other way. Puck poked away by Massey. Well, this is a pretty senior-laden Ridgefield team. The top line, obviously, all 3 seniors, and going up against a sophomore line, to your point, of Darien.
Yeah, well, that's certainly been Darien's best line so far this year. They've been the most consistent, and as a result, they've been kept together. Max juggled the lines a little bit, trying to find some secondary scoring, but so far that has not materialized, and that's going to be, I think, the key to the remainder of the season, is trying to get a little more secondary scoring, a little more balance from 3 lines. They certainly have enough talent to generate some offense across the board.
The shot by Sam Erickson.
That was a nice play there.
Moments ago, stopped by Sean Gordon, the Ridgefield goalie.
You know, when you can score by committee, it really makes life a lot easier, and you can't rely on just one line to do all your scoring.
And the goal comes loose. So we'll have a stoppage in play right here. Once again, these 2 teams will meet in less than 24 hours again at the Darien Ice House tomorrow night. 5 o'clock is the start time for that game. The puck will drop, and that'll be followed by a pretty good girls matchup between Greenwich and Darien.
Is that a doubleheader tomorrow, Damian?
It's a doubleheader. It's a double header. You're welcome to do both if you'd like.
I didn't get the post on that.
You're welcome to do both.
Well, I'll see if Trops will buy me dinner after the game. I'll do both. I'm actually a bachelor tomorrow. My wife's out of town on business, so I can probably make that work.
Well, so there you go. I don't like to take advantage of you, but I know you love doing it, and
consider it a date.
Was going to give you the back end of the doubleheader off, but if you'd like to do both, I'd be.
No, it's
be
good.
More than happy to
I'll
have
make Jamie buy me dinner.
Yeah, that should be a good matchup, though. In all seriousness,
absolutely,
between Greenwich and Darien. Alex Lurchin has done a nice job with that Greenwich girls hockey program.
He sure has.
Winning a couple of FCIAC championships and playing well against the perennial powers Darien and New Canaan. And the Rams, Richie Bulin has done another nice job. They have another solid team this season. So
well, the Rams are always good and,
yep.
and really have been, and certainly this year seem to be excellent. That's the best team I've seen on the girls' side so far. But the Greenwich story is interesting. I mean, it wasn't that long ago where they didn't have 10 kids on their bench.
Yep.
And certainly during my daughter's career, which just ended a few years ago. So the improvement that they've made and the commitment they've been able to get from the girls to put the time in, kind of out of season, has been impressive. And certainly Coach Lurchin deserves credit for that.
You know what impresses me is being a coach's son and knowing a lot about relationships amongst coaches. Bulin, Tropsa, Lurchin, they're competitive, but boy, when the games are over, they can sit down, have a nice conversation about hockey or whatever else, and have become good friends.
Yeah, class act across the board. Rich has been coaching sports forever, as has Jamie. Alex a little younger, but very nice young man, and I've gotten to know him a little bit the last few years. Really enjoy him as well. But, three really good guys. And can't forget about Gray Weicker and all he's done for girls hockey in here.
There's McDermott.
Great play by Bennett. I really don't know how that's not a penalty, quite frankly. I mean, he got dragged down 6 ways to Sunday.
And nearly got a shot off.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of got tackled. Again, I don't quite understand how that's not a penalty.
He is a feisty forward with great stick skills.
Well, he's got good feet, got good hands, and he's not afraid to make some aggressive moves, and that does give him a lot of chances to score.
Cullinan skates in.
Plays opening up a little bit here more in the second. Darien's had the better of it so far. There's a nice low to high. That's going to create a good look from the point for Ridgefield. Shot gets blocked.
That was Daniel Parson, the senior defenseman, throwing it on net there. 9:58 left in the second period. Zeros on the scoreboard. Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network for some varsity boys ice hockey. Parson again throws it on net.
Yeah, that got blocked, didn't quite make it, just squirted wide. Seems like Ridgefield's elevated their play a little bit here.
Darien.
Turnover. That's interference. And that should be 5.
So Ridgefield will take a penalty here.
Yeah, he didn't have the puck. That's a dirty play, unfortunately. I don't like to see that. Totally unnecessary.
Sean Bradley down as head coach Mac Budd tends to him. We will step away here for a moment. 9:37 remaining in the second period. Stoppage in play for an injury. We will be back with more hockey on the DAF Media Network. And Sean Bradley appears to be okay, which is good news as he comes off the ice.
Still haven't thrown that up. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do there. That should be a major in my book.
And it will be.
Yeah, that's the right call.
So a 5-minute major here, as a great opportunity for Darien on offense, as they will skate 5-on-4 here for the next 5 minutes of the second period.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for Darien.
There's McDermott, and a nice stop by Gordon on the shot by Hudson Picorni.
Yeah, things are down, puck down low like that. They had Ridgefield packed in. I would have loved to have seen that puck go out to the point, do a little high to low to high. Really open the ice up. Swiggett takes it behind the Ridgefield goal line, setting it up.
Here's Gregory at the blue line, swings it to Hathaway. Hathaway throws it on net. There's Swiggett. Picorni back out to Swiggett. Swiggett over the crossbar.
Feifel's got to get out of the net here. Darien's going to get another penalty. Ooh, Gregory whiffs on one with a. All right. Yeah, that's one where you want to turn the puck over right away. Just put it on the Ridgefield player's stick. Get as much 5-on-3 time as you can.
So a 5-minute major penalty on Ridgefield has Darien on the power play for the next 3:48.
Yeah, so they'll skate 5-on-3 here for 2 minutes unless they score. It's like a slash. The Ridgefield defender just knocked the stick out of one of the Darien players in front of the net. Ref was on it.
So another Ridgefield penalty. I did not see that. Minor. 2 minutes. And this, Bill, just a golden opportunity for MacBug's squad here. 8:25 remaining in the second period. No score. And Darien 5-on-3.
Get one here, the 5 still stays on, so you'd still have another couple minutes possibly of, and again, we talked about this before. You typically don't spend a lot of time on your 5-on-3. We're fumbling around with it a little bit here, trying to set it up, and you've got to get somebody in front there to screen.
Gordon the stop.
Erickson had his stick up at his shoulders there. He would have picked up that rebound otherwise. Again, those are those little things you talk about.
And the goal comes loose, so the official whistles a stoppage here as he tends to the goal.
That's the third time that's happened tonight, I think.
Yep.
Next time, I think Mac's going to want to delay a game, which I highly doubt he'll get. But he'll ask.
We are here live at the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Nice old barn. Cold, but nice.
Yeah, cold's good in a hockey rink,
that's right? You're absolutely right. There's Gregory up top. Stopped by Gordon.
Nobody's in front. That's unfortunate. They've got to be smarter than that. Got the look you wanted, but no one's there to clean it up.
5-on-3, Darien.
And that's not the shot you want, unfortunately, for a 5-on-3. He saw that one all the way. They've got to be a little smarter here.
Line change as Picorni, Hathaway, Bennett back onto the ice for Darien. That second line for the Blue Wave. And an offensive zone face-off for Darien. Here's Gregory. And that's a goal as the puck deflects in.
Yeah, it's what you want. Gregory firing a low shot, got tipped in front, might have even hit a Ridgefield player. But, you know, as we spoke about, now they still have over 2.5 minutes of 5-on-4. So,
yep.
You know, again, and that penalty will not release if they happen to score again. Nice play by Gregory there. He was patient, took his time, found a seam, and the puck found its way into the net.
So Darien opportunistic here in the second period. They score on the 5-on-3. Again, 2:30 still remaining on that major penalty on
Darien's
Ridgefield.
got to get on the puck here. You want 2 men on the puck when you're man up. I should add nice play by C.J. Hathaway there, screening the goalie. Yeah, they've got to get 2 men on that puck. There you go. That's unfortunate.
Here's Hathaway with the puck. Skates across the blue line, gets it to Swigert.
Puck seems to be a little jumpy here. Oh boy.
5-on-4. Under 2 minutes remaining now on that Ridgefield or that Darien power play.
Swigert had a great look there, just couldn't quite get the handle, kind of flubbed the shot a little bit.
There's Gregory. And that shot is stopped by Gordon on the Sam Erickson shot.
All right, still plenty of time here. Again, I'd like to see him be a little more patient here and not fire those shots from the wall.
Not a bad perch here, Bill, huh? At the
no, this is nice.
Winter Garden Arena.
You know, other than that one corner,
yeah,
you can see quite well.
And it's a well-lit arena. There's Erickson. And Gordon with another stop, as Gordon has been peppered with shots, Bill, here in this second period. Brian Zaffino.
Yeah, good low shot there by Zaffino. Again, I would have liked to have seen Erickson do a better job trying to take away Gordon's eyes there. So important on man up. You just can't let the goalie see the puck. Just crucial. And there's a shot with no one in front. That's just not what you want.
And a block that time. So Picorni credited with that goal for Darien, Bill.
Okay.
On the
it's his
deflection.
First of the year, I believe.
Yeah.
Good for him. Great take there by Moore. That almost found its way in. So now we're just inside of 5 minutes here. This is going to be a big 5 minutes for Darien. They're going to exit with, you know, this major with getting 1 goal. And you're going to have 5 minutes left to play in the period here when the 4:38 to be exact. Those are really big 4 minutes. You want to keep them off the board and, you know, go in the locker room having a much better period under your belt than the first one.
So we're even strength now, 4:30 remaining in the second period. A little stoppage in play here. Neutral zone face-off. Good crowd on hand for this one, as you would expect.
Yeah, Ridgefield always gets a good student section. A handful of times I've been up here over the years. Certainly, it's defending state champion and an undefeated squad. You would hope so, and it's nice to see the kids come out on a Friday night.
Again, these two teams will meet again tomorrow in Darien. Here's Ridgefield. And a nice play by James Gregory. And it looks like Darien will take a penalty here.
Yeah, Gregory's going off for cross-check or interference, one or the other. He got away with a slash right before that, actually, so they let the first one slide. They weren't letting the second one slide. You know, and again, that just goes to those little things I'm talking about. Playing smart, you know, that's an unnecessary penalty there behind the goal line. The kid was no threat whatsoever. The Wave have done a nice job blocking shots tonight, though, too. There's a lot of shots that come in from the point, and
they've got in front of the puck, no doubt.
Yeah, and they've kept him away from Feifel, which he's got to be very appreciative of.
3:35 remaining in the second period. A minute 35 left on the Ridgefield power play.
Well, the other thing that hurts with Gregory's in the box, he's your best defenseman. You want him out there on the kill, so obviously he can't do that when he's got his feet up watching from the penalty box.
And a shot is stopped, Nicky Cullinan. And we're going to have another penalty on Darien. And it's an elbowing penalty on Massey. So Ridgefield now will remain on the power play here for almost the rest of the second period.
Well, you got a minute of 5-on-3, so let's see if they can keep them to the outside here. You know, the Wave struggled with their 5-on-3 the other night.
Darien taking back-to-back penalties. Feifel covers it up. And it is 5-on-3 hockey for the next 52 seconds.
That's unfortunate. Wave tried to change. They were a little late. Ref didn't let them go.
A lot of activity in front of the Darien goal.
You got one Darien player without a stick. Nice play there by Zaffino. Shops were pretty lopsided there for a minute, but they just picked up a couple.
.230 remaining in the second period. And we've got a good one here from the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut.
Nice play by Stein, I think. I can't tell from here. I believe that's him out there. Get it out. Nope.
And a big shot and a goal, Ridgefield, as Nicky Cullinan scores for the Tigers. And a big shot by Cullinan as he beats Feifel, and he rifles that into the back of the net. And we are tied at 1 with 2:02 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. There was 5 seconds left on
the power play.
On the
on 5-on-3.
On the Gregory penalty, and had that cleared, they would have been even here. But all right.
So 45 seconds remaining now on this Ridgefield power play.
It's a good hit there. Unfortunately, the Darien player stopped playing. I'm not sure what he was worried about.
time Cullinan whiffs on the shot.
Ridgefield will have one more look here, unless Gregory can ice this.
We are at even strength now, under a minute remaining in the second period. 1-1 the score. There's Hathaway across the blue line, and Gordon gloved it initially, lost it, and then he pounces on the puck. And a little extracurricular activity here after the the goal comes loose. .7 seconds remaining in the second period. Ridgefield 1, Darien 1. Tigers getting their goal on a 5-on-3 opportunity. Bill, do you know what the officials are
well, I think they're trying to figure it out. I mean, they've already sent Hathaway off for a cross-check. He was kind of the third man in, and often that you end up with the only guy in the box.
Right, right. So it is a 2-minute minor on Hathaway for cross-checking. And Ridgefield will go back on the power play here for the remaining 22 seconds of the second period.
Yeah, I don't know how they don't call one each way there. A couple guys ended up on the ground there, so. Darien's lost their composure a little bit here in the last 5 minutes, unfortunately. A couple dumb penalties.
Actually, there is no penalty.
Well, they offset.
They
so
offset,
there are two penalties, so they won't put them up.
They won't put them up, okay.
So they've got to wait till a whistle to come off the ice.
So we are 5-on-5 here for the remaining ticks on the clock of the second period, and that will do it for the second period. So after 2 periods of play, it is 1-1 Darien Ridgefield. And this one's getting a little intense. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more live hockey on the DAF Media Network. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, tied at 1 after the second period. We'll be back.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenique School. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
This past year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $420,000 in grants to enhance our community. After years of being the only high school stadium in Fairfield County without lighting, Friday Night Lights came to Darien last fall. The Darien Lights Brigade led the charge, working with neighbors and town officials. The Darien Foundation came in with a grant to meet the crucial funding deadline. Now field hockey, football, soccer, and lacrosse players can play under the stadium lights. A team of high school students offer interactive STEM workshops alive with experiments in robotics, chemistry, and engineering to elementary school kids in Darien. The week-long summer camp and monthly Sunday programs have provided over 1,200 hours of hands-on learning to hundreds of grade school students. Built in 1778, the historic Mather Homestead was a safe house for locals to hide valuables and ammunition from the British Army. Owned by one family for over 2 centuries, the home was gifted to the Mather Foundation last year. Visitors can truly experience 18th century life via the original furnishings, family heirlooms, architectural details, and antique fireplaces. DAF Media puts high school students behind the cameras to live stream youth athletic games and community events. Some 30 student volunteers rotate to produce several live broadcasts each week, overseen by veteran TV anchor Damian Andrew. DAF Media leverages cutting-edge computer and camera technology to offer a fun and collaborative STEM learning experience. Parents and fans can watch games anywhere around the world. Darien is one of only a handful of towns in the United States to have a dedicated Boy Scout campground and cabin. Over 300 boys participate in 2 troops and 4 Cub Scout packs, and that number keeps growing. This June, ground will break on a new cabin and an expansion to the campground property.
Many of the grants we've given out have helped close capital funding gaps at several of our local nonprofit organizations. You can drive all over town and see projects that we've underwritten or supported, from the expansive renovations at the YMCA to the playground by the Sound and flagpole at Weed Beach, to the new sound system at the Darien Arts Center, and to the special operations vehicle at Darien EMS Post 53. I'm personally grateful to see my own family reap the benefits from the grants endowed by the Darien Foundation.
For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Bill Kirby. Tied at 1 after 2 periods, about ready to drop the puck on the 3rd period. Bill, I'm still trying to find out a little discrepancy on that Darien goal. I went down to the official scorer and nobody was there, but I'm looking at their pad and they have Conway as being the goal scorer, number 23. That's a goal for Ridgefield as Cullinan buries it, beats Feifel seconds into this 3rd period to put Ridgefield up for the first time in the game.
Yeah, cross-ice pass by Darien in their own end. Went in front of the cage, picked off by Cullinan. He walked in. Feifel had no chance. Not really the start you're looking for if you're Darien.
A little sloppy at the start for the Blue Wave. And Cullinan has his 2nd goal of the evening. And it's 2-1.
Yeah, it's you know, that on that first Darien goal, it was clearly Gregory shot the puck. It hit somebody and went in, and you know, I thought it went off a Ridgefield player. I don't believe 18 was on the ice there, but I could be wrong. Feifel was asleep there in the cage, almost gave up a goal.
Feifel so athletic between the pipes. Ridgefield in the home white sweaters. They are moving from right to left on your screen. Puck in front here, and Feifel with a nice stop. And that was nearly a goal by Will Forrest, the senior forward on that part of that first line for Ridgefield. 13:54 to go in this one. 2-1 Ridgefield on the quick goal by Nicky Cullinan to start the 3rd period.
Darien's a little flat-footed here coming out, and they're on their heels right now. Ridgefield's taking it to them pretty good.
So something was said in the locker room between the 2nd and 3rd period that sparked Ridgefield, because they have come out on fire here. Centering, backhanded centering pass by Keys Van Wees. How about that for a name?
Yeah.
He has a brother, Simon.
Another brother, Theo, was a nice player
Yep.
As well. Darien finally registers a shot here.
And that's
another
covered up by Sean Gordon. Again, these two teams will meet tomorrow night at the Darien Ice House. Part of a home and home within 24 hours of each other. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love it. It's you know, great, you know, coaching strategies, get to change things up a little bit, try something new the next night. You know, and it's fun for the kids to, you know, go back to back too. Delayed offsides here on Darien. As Ridgefield works the puck out to neutral ice, past the red line. Stein throws it back up. Nice shot by McDermott there. Equally fine save by Gordon.
Both goalies, Gordon and Feifel, have seen their fair share of shots in this one. There's Gregory behind the net. Gets it to Swiggett. Stopped by Feifel.
Darien can't afford to make those unnecessary turnovers, clearing, breaking out of their own zone.
Did you have that down as a shot on goal, Bill, or am I wrong on that? Did that
On which?
on the last one, the Ridgefield shot, Feifel brushed away.
No, that's just a clearing attempt, so we don't get one on that. Puck just kind of inadvertently works its way in. Nice play on the clear there by Erickson.
A whistle, 11:25 left in the third period, 2-1 Ridgefield. Both teams scored in the second period after a scoreless first period, and Ridgefield strikes first here in the third on a Nicky Cullinan goal, his second of the evening.
Yeah, Darien's got to settle down a little bit here. They kind of came unglued the last 4 or 5 minutes of the second. They come out flat here. Ridgefield's flying, and they're pinned back on their heels a little bit right now. Nice play by Picorni there, getting the puck out on the breakout. The next 3 or 4 minutes, I think, will be important for Darien. Try and get some quality zone time. A couple minutes in here, shots are 4-3 in favor of Ridgefield to start the third. It gives Ridgefield 21 on the game. Darien sitting at 18.
Puck in front of the Darien goal. Feifel pounces on it.
Nice solid hit by Swiggett there on the near wall. Gave Will Forrest something to think about.
Fresh legs on the ice for the Blue Wave.
Again, Darien had a chance to get the puck on net and kind of hesitated there, and as a result, you get a turnover. Ridgefield coming back the other way.
Massey dumps it into the Ridgefield zone. 10-10 remaining in the third period. Darien's first line back on the ice. Under 10 minutes remaining now in the period. Sam Erickson taken away by Forrest. And here's Stein.
Nice play by Stein.
Sticks with it. Again, we are live here from the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield. DAF Media Network, Damian Andrew, Bill Kirby, so glad to be with you.
Darien just can't quite seem to get handle on the puck here. It's bouncing all over the place, and they just can't generate any control.
Teddy Dyer on the ice for the Blue Wave, the sophomore. And wholesale changes for the Ridgefield Tigers. 8:52 remaining in the third period. 2-1 Ridgefield. Both goals scored by Nicky Cullinan. And that's a glove save by Sean Gordon on the shot by Brian Zaffino from inside the blue line. Great sound system, Bill, in this barn.
Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. Playing some good tunes.
Really, really nice.
Nice pass by Van Wees, but Owen Luft whiffs on the shot.
Another turnover. Darien on their own end had a chance to clear it, couldn't get it up high enough on the wall, ends up right in the Ridgefield stick. It's just a simple hockey play. Get that puck up 6 inches, it's out. You know, again, we've talked several times about the little things, and again, those are some of those things are getting away from the Wave here as the game wears on. Just putting undue stress on the on your defense and your goalkeeper.
There's Luft with the puck in the corner for Ridgefield. Puck scoots in front of the Darien cage. And we're going the other way. Swig it, and that's a Darien goal as Bennett McDermott buries it. Swig it with a great centering pass, Bill Kirby.
Absolutely.
And Bennett McDermott right there on the doorstep. And we are tied at 2. Boy, Bennett McDermott, he gets so fired up.
He does get fired up
after those goals, but he was right there, and Swig it with a nice pass in front of the net, and McDermott buries it.
All right, we're halfway through the third. We got a game here. Erickson in. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Nope.
Swig it on the assist. McDermott the goal.
You know, just a little dump and chase there by Darien, and that's you know, you get pucks behind the D, put some pressure behind the goal line, and that's what happens. Nice play to dump it in, and great play by Blake to dig it out, and a great finish by Bennett McDermott.
Under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. We are tied at 2. And Feifel with a great stop on the Will Forrest shot. Forrest had a great look that time, Bill.
Yeah, he did. Wide open in the high slot. Darien lost their structure there for a second, running around a little bit. They've just got to settle down here. You know, you're 2-2 in the third with 6.5 to play against the best team in the state. No reason to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off. That had some mustard on it.
And here comes Darien. Zaffino. Nice play by Fiorita that time.
Yeah, he picked that puck up nicely, got it right back in. Yep. Nobody home in the high slot for Darien. Here comes Ridgefield.
And nobody there for the Tigers on the opposite end of the ice.
I was going to say Darien's going to want to get a change there, which they did.
Fresh line on the ice for the Wave.
Ridgefield got away with one there. D-Leader was heading up the boards, definitely had some steam, but he looked like he was hooked in my book.
There's D-Leader. Dyer, the backhanded wasn't a shot, but
yeah, they got one whack at it in tight on the
puts it on ice, or puts it on goal rather. My feet are on ice, Bill, but that's besides the point.
You're rocking the Chuck Taylors.
I got the Chuck Taylors on, which was the wrong move.
I've got bean boots on, and my feet are freezing. And I've got the industrial strength bean boots on, no less.
You are prepared as always. Damian Andrew.
I've been here once or twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill Kirby having fun here on a Friday night. High school varsity hockey, nothing better than that. Ridgefield, Darien, 2 quality programs, and we've got a good one here. We are deadlocked at 2 late in the third period at the Winter Garden Ice Arena. Here's Cullinan behind the net. And
nice save by Feifel there.
On the shot by Matt Walker. That first line on the ice for Ridgefield.
Nice play by Bennett there in the clear.
There's Swiggett.
I tried to go out to hit Gregory at the point, go low to high, couldn't quite make it work. Here comes Cullinan, bearing down on Stein. There's a trip, but I guess they're going to let him play here. Boy, Gallagher runs that top line hard. They are on the ice all the time.
Maybe the best line in the state, 3 seniors.
Certainly the best that I've seen so far. Not that I've seen everybody, but
Cullinan, Walker, Forrest, talented group. Big reason why Ridgefield's the #1 ranked team in the state. Under 4 minutes remaining in this one, 2-2.
It's just, you know, again, as the game's wearing down here, just important to really keep your structure and not get beat wide like that almost happened to Darien there.
Jamison Moore with the puck.
Nobody helping him there. They're going for a change, so he's alone. Took it down low. Smart play by Jamison.
Simon Van Wees with a good defensive effort for the Tigers.
Oh, Picorni had a good look in front there. Nice pass by Moore. Just fired wide. Moore's gassed. Can barely get off the ice here. Great back check there by Picorni. Real good work up the wall there.
Fresh legs on the ice for Ridgefield now. Here's Walker.
My God, these
Leaves
guys
it for
are on
Cullinan.
ice all the time.
And
Jesus.
a big shot by Simon Van Wees. But Feifel with the save.
Registers his 8th save of the period there. A big one. That was the best one of the night, maybe, in my book.
That was a point-blank look, Bill, for Van Wees. 2:45 left in the third. 2-2. We've got a good one here from the Winter Garden Ice Arena in Ridgefield. That sails wide of the near post.
Oh, wow. I don't know how you don't call that. Swiggett's in on a semi-breakaway, gets taken down from behind. Could have called tripping, interference, holding, or hooking. Ridgefield going for the punt and hunt.
Puck behind the Darien net. There come the Blue Wave. Hathaway. And it's taken away by Daniel Parson.
And CJ tried to do a little trickery there.
Got a whistle, and certainly don't want to put the cart before the horse, but 1:45 left in the third period. We could be heading for some extra hockey here this evening from Winter Garden.
Let's see what happens. hate to turn the hockey gods the wrong way, Damien. But if you're, if you're Darien, it's marginal first period where you only have 2 or 3 shots on goal, and they've come out and played well here. Subsequently.
A nice block that time by Darien. Martins.
Well, Coach Bud's got his 4th line on the ice here with 1.5 minutes left. That's great.
Puck loose in front.
Darien overhandling the puck again. Not what you want to do at this stage of the game here.
Stoppage in play here. 1:02 remaining in the third. Once again, thanks for watching this DAF Media broadcast. The DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Our DAF Media production crew, Jack Roberson, our director this evening, and Michael DeMeglio on our main camera, camera one, doing a great job. All student volunteers from Darien Public Schools. And Feifel with another stop on the shot by Matt Walker from the blue line.
Darien caught a little flat-footed there.
47.1 seconds remaining.
Must not have gotten their skates sharpened at blue line. You can't leave that guy in the high slot like that. You've got to.
And a turnover here. Cullinan gets a stick on it, and that's it. Here goes Erickson the other way. Time running out in the third. They stop the clock at 21.5 seconds remaining in the third period.
A little sloppy there by Darien here the last minute or so in their own end. You know, you can't be throwing that puck across the slot like that.
Yep.
That cost them that second goal. Van Wees picked it off and buried it. And just go up the wall. Be safe. I know they work on that all the time, trying to get it high off the wall. Bennett tried to fire one in there, got blocked, it looked like. There's Hathaway behind the net, trying to throw it in front. Gets outworked by the Ridgefield player. Or maybe more out-muscled, I should say.
Gregory tracks it down. And that will do it for the third period. Darien 2, Ridgefield 2.
All right, we got it. We'll go into OT. Extra hockey.
We will have extra hockey this evening from the Winter Garden Arena in Ridgefield, Connecticut. We will take a break, and we will be right back with live varsity ice hockey on the DAF Media Network. And we are underway here in the OT. Overtime, Darien Ridgefield. 8 minutes. And we'll see what happens here. It's been a terrific hockey game thus far. And that's a goal for Ridgefield, and that'll do it. As Will Forrest scores to win it for the Tigers here at Winter Garden. He got that puck in front, the backhand puts it in the back of the net, and Ridgefield stays undefeated, the #1 ranked team in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Darien had a turnover in the neutral zone. We had a nice breakout, and left winger lost the handle on the puck there and went back the other way, and they buried it on a little bit of a fluke goal. Certainly not Feifel's fault, but you know, Darien should have been coming down with a chance to score there. That's too bad. You know, again, it goes to those little things, just concentrating. You know, we had the puck right in our stick there, and unfortunately it ends up in the back of our net after having a chance to come down on a 3-on-2.
And a talented player like Will Forrest takes advantage of that opportunity for the Tigers and gives Ridgefield a 3-2 win in overtime here at the Winter Garden Ice Arena. These two teams will get some sleep tonight, and they will have at it again tomorrow night at the Darien Ice House. That Darien goal, the first goal for the Blue Wave, first goal of the game, was by Patrick Conway, number 23. He gets credit for that, according to the official scorers. So it was James Gregory and Hudson Bacorny, the assists. And
yeah, I'm not sure he was even on the ice, but sometimes that happens.
That's
no, that's how it goes. I mean, the refs do make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, that's something where the official scorer would correct that if we had such a thing. But I'll ask Mac about that. We'll get clarification on that tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I didn't think I saw him out there at the time.
Yeah, that's what they just told me, so we will get clarification on that. You and I both thought it was Gregory on the goal.
Yeah, I thought again it hit a Ridgefield player, and that was that. Thanks very much.
And so
but that was fun. Great game by both teams.
You know,
Darien battled back after getting pushed around a little bit early on, and you know, I think if nothing else, told themselves that they can certainly skate with these guys, and you know, we'll see. It's a young squad. See how they bounce back tomorrow. I mean, certainly that top line from Ridgefield logged a lot of minutes. Cullinan, Forrest, and Van Wees.
You and I talked about that before the game. They run that line hard, and they certainly did tonight. They're a talented bunch, and Ridgefield comes away with a 3-2 win in overtime. Bill, we'll do it all over again tomorrow from the comfortable confines of the Darien Ice House, and should be a good one. Exciting hockey game tonight. And again, we'll doubleheader tomorrow night on the DAF Media Network. Bill is in for both. Darien Ridgefield boys game at 5 o'clock. The puck drops, and that is followed by the Darien Greenwich girls hockey game, and that should be a good one as well. Our DAF Media production crew, our director Jack Roberson, our main camera operator was Michael DeMeglio. First time doing ice hockey, did a terrific job. For Bill Kirby, I am Damian Andrew. This has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Once again, Ridgefield beats Darien 3-2 in overtime. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you tomorrow night.